One thing is our own creation, that is creating confusion and sorrow. We are experts in creating confusion and sorrow in our own life. And that we create because our attention is on what we have not got. No, but I've got everything, but I'm not realized yet. Sorrow. No, I've got everything, but I've not got this. Sorrow. So whatever I focus on, it grows. Whatever I pay attention on, it multiplies. That is a law. Whatever. Suppose I focus on the lack grows. Suppose I focus on abundance, the abundance grows in life. So what am I thinking is very, very important most of the time from morning to evening on whatever I have not got or whatever I have got. And the best thing to do is to focus on what I have got and build it over. Building on my own strength is very, very important. And that is a sutra we saw in the last workable tip, that sure short way of creating sorrow is to focus on what I have not got. Because that creates confusion, that creates sorrow, that creates emptiness. In spite of having everything, people say that I am feeling empty. जीवन में कुछ रस नहीं है. And I don't feel fulfilled in life. We only chant Purnamada Purnamidam, but I'm always feeling Apurna because my focus is on Apurna. So the last workable tip, what we saw is, where is my attention? On the missing tile or on what I have got? And suppose I create and practice this drushti. According to me, this is very important because every day we meet people where the attention is not on something what is good happening in life, something what is beautiful, something what is so wonderful. Every day the sun is rising, every day the moon is setting and rising, every day the birds are flying, sky is so beautiful, rain, weather. But one small thought comes in my mind and it destroys my peace of mind. One small thought in this entire universe. What a tragedy. So I need to practice this, that in other people also, because that is what we want to see now in building relationships. Other people also, the same thing happens if I practice finding faults, focusing on what is missing, because that is what is the focus on other people also. We exactly talk what the other person is not having or not doing or not good at. And one law is that in this universe, there is nothing which we can point out which has only faults, which has only defects. It will have both. So with that, we go to the next workable tip. And this tip is about our own mind. That what is the state of our mind? What is a weak mind and what is a strong mind? So I would request Vidya to read out the 4th verse.
The 4th I don't have because मेरा phone खराब हो गया तो उसमें सब चला गया. You have sent me 5th and 6th. I don't have the 4th one.
Okay. So what is the 4th? What is the 4th sutra? 4th sutra says that avidyamane api anavashakaha yatha nishfalaha. And the third verse says that, no, this is about the harmonious relationship. I'm reading, I've gone further. What is the fourth verse in workable tip? This is very interesting. Graha dasha pekshaha mano dasha samikshaniya. So graha dasha pekshaya. So what Guruji is saying is that most of the time when I am not happy or something is happening to me, I am more concerned about what is happening outside me. Graha dasha is more important than mana dasha. So this is the quality of a weak mind. So what is a weak mind? I am more interested in graha dasha. What is wrong position of the star? So basically there are many people. I think Guruji would have met lakhs of people and would have come to this sutra. You know what, Swamiji, you know what? My stars are not good. That's the reason I took birth here. That's the reason this is happening. It all depends upon the star. So that is called as Graha Dasha. Then somebody says, okay, my Graha Dasha is good, but my Nasib is not good. I don't have that kind of luck what the other person has. Then Pitru Dosha. No, because of my ancestral papas, I have taken birth here and I am facing all this thing kind of thing. Or I am not successful or I am not happy because of unconducive circumstances what I am having. My relatives are like this, my spouse is like this, my children are like this, my neighbors are like this, my government is like this, my society is like this. So actually I am frustrated, irritated or unhappy. Then the third what Guruji says is that actually, I would have gone from where to where. Suppose I would have got parents like Sachin Tendulkar who encouraged him, like Messi's parent, because now yesterday the World Cup got over and Messi got the World Cup. He was born as a child which has deficiency growth hormone, and then doctor told him to give some injections, and those were so expensive. His father told cannot afford, and they had to go to Spain, and then there that one club Barcelona told that we will treat you but you play for us, and they had to shift to Spain for that, and when he was only 13-year-old. So no, I suppose I would have got parents like him, I would have become Messi. 1 minute, I'll just tell somebody who's talking. Archit. Archit, do not talk here loudly. I will disturb you. So this is the quality of a weak mind. What is a weak definition of weak mind? The weak mind thinks about those things on which the mind has no control. I have no control on what is happening in the stars, in the universe. I have no control on what other people are going to do. I have no control on what the government rules are going to change. I have no controls on what neighbors are going to do. I have no control on what my relatives are going to say about me. I have no control on what how my spouse is going to react. I have no control on what my children are going to do. I have no control on what my in-laws and parents are going to do. Where is the control? One saint, Mata Amrutananda Mai, says that just think that person plans for 6 months to go to airport, so happy about it, and then opens the door with bags and starts getting down and slips on the staircase and gets fractured, and whole the foreign trip is gone. In 1 second, things can change. So we have two choices. Either we develop a weak mind which grips, complains, blames, and talks about those things which I have no control. So this is a super quality of a weak mind which will only talk about what I cannot control. Whereas the strong mind qualities we will see. Okay, what is a weak mind? Mind is the cause of my joy or sorrow, heaven or hell, friend or enemy. So Guruji is saying is that Graha dasha pekshaya manodasha. Manodasha, I must observe more. Do more samiksha of manodasha than graha dasha. So what is the important point here is that I must always ask one question. I must always practice one thing is that what is happening in my mind? What is happening in my mind is more important than what is happening outside my mind. What is happening outside me is more important, and what is happening inside me is more important. Outside there might be beautiful 7-star hotel, all comforts, AC, the movie, the food, what I want, everything is so beautiful. But inside my mind, somebody comes and says something to me in a restaurant or one friend or something, and my manodasha goes for a toss. So one question, what is happening inside me is more important, or what is happening outside me is more important. Second, where do I have control? And when we ask this question, which is going to come here in the next 2 verses also, is that from today, we will not focus on where I am not having any control. I will focus on whatever things I have control over. And life will change. My mind will change. I will observe my mind. Okay, this is happening in my mind. I can change whatever is happening in my mind. I cannot change outside things. When Lord Krishna gave entire Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, he never changed the situation. He never changed the army. He never changed all those people who were standing before him. He never gave him any skills. He never gave him any extra power, but he only changed his mindset. So weak mind complains, reacts, blames, criticizes, compares, worries. What is a strong mind quality? A strong mind accepts the reality as it is always alert. So these are the qualities we must develop. That is what is a tip. He is always alert and is always in the present moment. It is very sensitive to what is happening inside me, what is happening inside other person. A strong mind responds to situation. And one of the most beautiful word what Guruji has used here is that a strong mind chooses its own attitude. What is the attitude I must develop in this life? There is choice. Whereas a weak mind will say, no, what to do? Now the body is like this. Now the mind is like this. Relatives are like this. Job is like this, money is like this is like that, this is like that, and then Rona and Rona and then Rona. And all these things, if you ask them, then what are you doing? No, what can I do? What can I do about all these things? A strong mind is poised. A strong mind has a choice. A strong mind doesn't say that I have no choice. Every moment we have a choice. Every moment we can have a discussion on this particular point. Every moment we have a choice. Somebody might say, no, this is not agreeable. Yeah, after this session, then we will have today 15 minutes. I have time. If you have any questions, we can ask, because workable tips mostly will get over today. No, but I am married now. Where is the choice? You have a choice to leave. I am not exercising because I have no courage. I am not financially independent. And I will create the same misery in another house. So it is better to have misery in this house. So I am okay. We have a choice every moment, whether I'm exercising or not exercising because of some kind of attachment or fear. That is our challenge. That is the state of a weak mind. Guruji says it does not cry over split milk or something is gone wrong, something has not happened. Strong mind doesn't cry. So very beautiful qualities. A weak mind complains, reacts, blames, criticizes, compares, worries. And a strong mind accepts the reality, not tolerates, but accepts. Yapashyati, sapashyati, like sees things as they are, is alert all the time. Not most of the people are not busy, but they are preoccupied in their mind. Very important, powerful statement. We are never busy in our life. We are preoccupied with hundreds of thoughts and lots of past baggage and future anxieties. So I think that I am busy because mind is busy. We have a choice. Either I influence the circumstances or I get influenced. So there are different kinds of people. First type, wherever they go, they make a difference to wherever they step on. Wherever they go, they make a difference to the surrounding. Second time, wherever they go, something happens to them and they ask this question, why me? So first type of people, wherever they go, they make things happen. This is a sentence. First type, wherever they go, they make things happen. Second time, wherever they go, things happen to them. And the third type, always wondering what is happening. They don't know what is happening outside, what is happening here. Why this? No, I don't know why this is happening. You know why? I don't know why this is happening. How come I don't know, not know what is happening? Always wondering. If you ask people why, I don't know what is happening. Why I'm successful? I don't know. Why I'm a failure? I don't know. Why I'm the strong, physically strong person? I don't know. Why I'm falling sick all the time? I don't know. How can there be an effect without a cause? So I have to check whether I am falling in what state of mind, whether I am giving undue significance to what is happening outside me, or whether I am observing. Important word in this sutra is manodasha, samiksha niya. So observing what is happening in the in the mind is more important than observing what is happening outside. So I always say that people are having a lot of general knowledge, but self-knowledge is a challenge. How my body is working, how my mind is working, how my breath is going on, how I am behaving with other people, and what is the impact of my behavior on other people. Very few people are extremely alert and aware about these four things simultaneously. What am I wearing? How am I walking? How am I sitting? What am I talking? And what is the impact of this in moment to moment on people, object, situation? This is called as daksha, which is the important quality which comes in Bhagavad Gita, which is called as alertness. Being sensitive. Guruji gives very, very high importance to this quality for a sadhak to develop, that I must know. Where am I going? What am I talking? Before whom I'm sitting? How to sit? How I'm impacting people? How my behavior is impacting other people? How other people's behavior is impacting me? These are very important questions to ask and slowly develop that sensitiveness. Grossly also, I say that many people are not even aware how their body is smelling. I'm not joking. Not even aware whether it is smelling. Oh, no, where it is smelling. It is smelling, bhaiya. Mouth is smelling, underarms are smelling, body is smelling, but I'm not aware. Nails are outgrown, not kept. No, I am just natural person. Then you go and stay in a jungle. I am a very natural person. Yeah, not that we must do makeup, but body, what is that called as? Body hygiene, mind hygiene, behavior hygiene, we must maintain. 3 hygienes. This example we had taken earlier, which Guruji has given, that a child comes and gives us a toy and we feel very happy. After some time, the child comes and takes away the toy, still we are happy. That must be our goal of our mind, that wow goal. If I get whatever I want, I am happy. If it goes away from me, still I am happy. Because something else is going to come. My happiness is not dependent on something outside me, because I have now discovered the source of happiness, because my happiness is not stimuli driven. That is a strong mind. A weak mind is a mind which always seeks a stimuli driven happiness. I have not yet discovered the source, that happiness comes from within, not from outside. Stimuli may come from outside, but the source is within. So these are all very, very important Vedantic pointers which Gurudev has packed into one sutra, that one practice we must develop. Graha dasha pekshaya manodasha is more important, and I must do samiksha of this manodasha all the time. And only when I do samiksha of or observe my own mind, I can change. So now 5th, 6th, 7th verse. All three I think I have sent to Vidya. These three are all related. 7th verse is an example, Drushtanta. 6th and 5th, 6th verse is the Siddhanta, and the 7th verse is a Drushtanta.
Fifth verse?
Yeah, 5th, 6th, 7th. You can read once.
Okay.
Karma bhagaha.
Karma bhagaha swadhinah phala bhagastu prakriti-vasha iti vijaniyat. Tasmat yastwadhinam tat svenaiva kritvan yasya chinta parihartavya.
Yatha.
Yatha bhojanam svenaiva kriyate pachanam tu prakritya.
So 7th one is the example of the 5th and 6th one. So what is the 5th and 6th one? This is a very, 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 very important sutra, which Guruji has taken from one of the most popular verse, which is the most misunderstood verse, which is the verse which is creating confusion in many people's mind. That's the reason corporate people, achievers do not come to Bhagavad Gita. Maybe because of this verse only, karmanneva dhikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachana. This is the verse Guruji has taken as sutra, saying that, do I have to do everything? Will God, nature not help me in getting results? So karma bhaga, performance of action, swadhina, is in your hands. Phala bhagatu, while its results, prakriti vasha, depends upon laws of nature. Iti vijaniyat, you should know it. So there are two factors. What is in my hand, what is not in my hand. And Guruji is very, very, keen to give this pointer, that there are two sides to it. One is that I am more interested in doing the results and then performing action. Second, there are second type of people who perform action but do not allow things to happen the way it should happen. Always very anxious about the results, always having insistence and resistance towards the results. He says that in our hand, we can put the seed, we can clear the ground, we can water, but we must allow and give the seed to sprout and give it time to come out. We must give ourselves also time to grow spiritually. One of the chapters which made maximum impact to me when I came to Chinmaya Mission is Gurudev's book, Self-Unfoldment. He gave lots and lots of pointers. In the last, there was japa, meditation and all. And post that, there is one chapter called as Hasten Slowly. We must allow things to happen. We must allow people to do, we must allow things to happen to us. So know that to perform the action is in our hands. That is where the freedom lies. While its results depends on the laws of nature. So what are the laws of nature? The result is depend upon the grace of God. The result is dependent on the surrounding. The result is dependent on the other people whom we are dealing with. The result is dependent on the object. There are so many factors has to come together to get the result. Even a small degree of happiness we want to experience. Just take any simple example we can take. Okay, just I want to eat ice cream. And I want to get happiness by eating ice cream. There are hundreds of factors will come into, okay, first of all, I do not have ice cream. Then I have to go out. Then I have to go to the shop. Then I must have money. Then that ice cream brand must be there. Then there must be less rush. There must not be queue. And after getting that ice cream, I must be able to eat peacefully there. After eating the ice cream, I can enjoy for some time. I must not get cold or I must not get throat infection. There are hundreds of things just for one small thing. And suppose we start thinking like this for everything and we start becoming alert, we'll come to know that performing action is that only small area which is in my control. What is happening in my mind to alter that is only that small thing which I have in control. And God says that you only do that. You only do that. Don't do my job. Don't start discussing, why the Argentina, that France lost, and people are telling me, I felt so bad when France lost. Arey Baba, at least enjoy when Argentina won. You are neither a Argentinian, neither a French person, but then where is my attention? No, that, they were so crying there and that Mbappe did this and in Ukraine people died and then Russia did and then, but God says that leave up to me. That is my job. Why you're doing my job? What I have given you is your job is, I think Guruji says again and again, most difficult thing to understand is Karma Yoga. Most difficult thing to understand is what is action I must perform. Most difficult thing in life after reading Brahma Sutra, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, even though I have by heart for 20 years also, the most difficult thing to know what is to be done in this situation. What should I do? And what should I not do? This is a $1 trillion question. God says, this is where your freedom is. You just do that. You just alter your mind. And that is your freedom, but you do not have freedom on results. You do not have freedom on laws of nature. We do not have freedom on how people are going to react, what people are going to do, how the objects are going to. No freedom. 6th verse, therefore, do what is in your control and do not worry over the aspects. And Guruji gives one story that one person for 10 years, he wanted to become rich and he was keen on, getting money through lottery. After 10 years, he got so frustrated one day morning and he started shouting on God. God, 10 years I'm praying, but you're not giving me money out of a lottery ticket. What is this? He started shouting and abusing the Lord. Lord immediately appeared before him. He told, yes, but at least take one lottery ticket. You have not taken a lottery ticket and you want a lottery ticket. Me to give money on but at least lottery ticket buy to karo. Go to the shop and buy one lottery ticket. At least that much you do. A very powerful story, though, one-line story, though we may laugh, but I think we must do our part and allow God to do his part. Allow nature to do its part. Allow people to do their part. And the 7th verse says that, do I have to do everything? Will God, nature not help me in getting? The example what has been given by Guruji here is that no, God will do its own part because our job is only to eat. Thank God, digestion, responsibility God has not given to us. So Guruji has taken one perfect example. Just from here on this 2.5-inch tank, we have to put food and the food has to just go till here actually. From here to down, I have no control. I have no responsibility. I have no ownership. Just as eating is done by oneself, but digestion is done by nature. And still I crib on God. Bhagwan, aap kuch nahi rahe. Every day I digest your food. You are not even doing exercise and eating anything at night, morning, afternoon, but still I am digesting for your food for last Aham Vaishwa Naro Bhutva. I am sitting inside and doing that job only because you are not allowing me. All time you are keeping me busy because from morning to evening you are eating. Most people say it is so difficult to lose weight. And it is so easy. When the weight is gained, we don't know. So the whole point what Guruji is giving in this sutra is that do your part sincerely, fully, and allow other things to happen. Do your best, leave the rest, Gurudev says. So what should be my attitude? Whatever I do is my gift to him. And when I do that, it must be done with that passion, with that love, that sincerity, that discipline. And whatever I get, it is his gift from him to me. If these two sentences we remember in our life as sutra, I think life will be beautiful and happy. When we give gift to people, we are so careful. We enjoy buying the gift. We pack and then so much of care, concern, love, what the other person wants, etc. The same thing we must do every action, even whatever, especially what we speak and what we do. That must our gift to him. How can we, talk negative things about others, find fault? Because what gift we are giving to God's children? God says they are also my children. No, but I am more, what people say? I am blessed. As if other children are not blessed. So I have the right to criticize them. I have to find faults in them, especially people who are very close to us. We find their faults the most. Husband finds wife's faults, wife finds husband's faults, parents find children fault, children finds parents faults, and both of them finds parents and in-laws faults, and the boss finds subordinate faults because they know each other, and subordinate finds boss's fault. These are the very close relationships in life where we are trained to find faults and we are taking them granted because they cannot leave. And then we get trained. So here what is the attitude, what is mentioned in the last sutra of the workable tip is what I do is my gift to him, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. What I get is his gift to me. So we do summary of this, only 3-4 tips Guruji has given, and then we are going to discuss one entire topic. According to me, this is most important topic. I remember the first session I took for in Chinmaya Mission as a Sevak. One day I was told you take one youth session. So that was my first session. I remember the place. And for 2-3 weeks, I was thinking that what topic I should take for, because first time I've never seen any class, or they were supposed to come and have one session with me. On that session was going to decide whether the chick class is going to start or no. So I was thinking for a long time in 1980, 89, and I thought, according to me, one of my favorite topic, I thought most interesting topic for youth will be relationships. I still remember lot of things I had prepared for relationship. After that, we are going to take this topic on relationships. Relationship, according to me, is the most important topic in life. So that topic is going to come. Guruji has devoted one entire chapter for that. So what are the tips? First tip Guruji gave was on time management. Do not work without taking rest. Do not rest without doing any work. Second tip, sure short formula for failure is thoughtless action, actionless thoughts. Sure short formula for sorrow is ignoring what you have and longing for what you do not have. What is a strong and weak mind? Definitions and details are given. A weak mind normally is more focusing on what is not in the mind's control, one's control. It creeps, complains, blames. It worries about things which I cannot control. And a strong mind always chooses, is alert, is sensitive, and controls what it can control and leaves the rest for God to do. Control the controllables is one of my favorite formula to remember, that what is in your hand you do. That's all. And if suppose I ask this question, what is in my hand is whatever I'm going to speak is in my hand. In my training programs, I normally start with a disclaimer here whenever I do training program, that whatever I'm going to speak for next 2 days is my responsibility. whatever you are going to understand is not at all my responsibility, because you might understand anything. And that is so true. Because how I'm going to perceive, I'm going to interpret everything is, I have no control what is going to happen in your mind. So control the controllables is one of the Mahavakyas we must by heart in life from today. We must repeat it 108 times. This is worth it. Today, instead of Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or Ram, 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 Japa tonight, those people who are doing, because we have to do every day some Japa. Today, we can say, God, that today our class Sevak has told, control the controllable, control the controllable, control the controllable, control the controllable. We have to do one mala. Life will be different because there will be so much of freedom. My mind will be free. If I'm finding that my mind is always bogged down and worried and thinking too many things, I am not following this Mahavakya, because I'm thinking about those things which are not in my control, and not doing things and not starting things also which are in my control. Cause of worry, do what is in your control. Do not worry over the other aspects. So these were the beautiful workable tips what Guruji gave. If anybody has any questions, they can ask. I have some time today. And next session, we are going to see one of the interesting topics on how to have harmonious relationships. Very, very important topic. It starts with relationship with myself, relationship with others, relationship with God. So many relationships. And where there is a relationship, there is responsibility. That is the whole trouble. So we will see next time what are the different sutras Guruji has given on how to build harmonious relationships. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
So if someone has a question, they should raise their hand,
Or you can put on the...
because if I unmute all, then it will be difficult to...
Actually, if I follow this law, control the controllable, so many botherations will go out. What other people are talking, how other people are behaving, not in my control. Why should I bother? Why should I always think that out? Because most of the time our attention and energy goes on how other people are behaving, and so much we discuss on how other people are behaving with me, how other people are irritating me, how other people are frustrating me, how other people are not doing their job properly. Not that we must not correct or we must not get it done properly, but that is not in my control. I have to, whatever is in my control, I must do. This one formula can solve many, many questions. How to behave with our children. Very clear formula. Children are not in my control. Why should I bother? So how to distinguish between tolerance and acceptance? Very, very powerful, very, very important questions. That distinction must be clear. Tolerance is not acceptance. Tolerating nonsense is not called as acceptance. Acceptance means seeing things as they are. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. Acceptance is seeing reality as it is, that this person is like chili. This person, I cannot expect the person to be like sugar, is acceptance. Accepting as the person is, and accepting the person as the person is not, is acceptance. Seeing blue as blue, seeing red as red, seeing the person as the person. Prakrutim yanti bhutani nigraham kim karishyati. This is the way the person is going to be. This is the way the person is. Nature is. And the person is going to behave this way. Why should I bother about it? If the person is dealing with me, in what is in my hand, I can say, I can ignore. If I cannot ignore, I can tell. If I cannot tell, I say I cannot do both because the relationship is too strong. Then I say that, okay, I will suffer because that is in my choice. But that is my choice, that I'm going to suffer this relationship for next 15 days, 15 years, because I have chosen it. So acceptance means seeing things as they are, number one. Acceptance means seeing reality as it is. Acceptance means knowing the nature of the situation, person, or the object as it is. Acceptance means dealing with that particular thing, what is the most appropriate way in that particular situation. Acceptance means doing what is needed in that situation without attachment. Acceptance means not that, okay, now suppose I want to reach 1,000 crores, but I am getting 50 crores, I accept. No, that is compromise. Acceptance is not tolerance. Acceptance is not compromise. Acceptance is seeing things as they are, why they are working, why they are not working. And why they are not working, then I have to do what and make them work. If I am not getting whatever I want, then I need to change my attitude. I need to change my method. I need to change certain things to get what I want. Life is very simple. If I'm not getting whatever I want, then something I'm not changing in myself. So acceptance means not changing my wants only. Seeing things as they are. And then one only focuses on what is needed in this situation, which is very important. Most masters, if you see realized people, they just do what is needed in that particular point and let go. Because I don't have any like dislike. Acceptance is not very easy to develop. Acceptance means I do not have any likes and dislikes. Then I accept. Please think. Only a person who has lesser likes and dislikes can accept the other person as the person is and as the person is not. With strong like dislike, acceptance becomes a problem. Big problem.
Hariom.
Suchitra.
Yeah. In olden days, people had a lot of tolerance. Nowadays, it is less. So it is a good quality tolerance. I mean, I'm
So it
little
was
confused.
also acceptance because earlier days there was no concept of divorce. For example, let us once one gets married, I know that good or bad I have to live with this person. So that used to get developed, and so people used to say, okay, this is it. Sometimes that irritation, frustration would come. Otherwise, 95% the person abhi hai to jeena hai. So, and then you look at the brighter side, positive side, that is acceptance. So yes, nowadays the tolerance has slightly gone down because the speed of life is more. So many events are happening, information overflow is happening because of Google and all these things. So yes, we are slightly living unnatural life. Earlier, the pace of life was different. 6 o'clock, no lights were there, fridge was not there, and there was acceptance of the things, how the things were there. Now everything I want on horse, everything fast, but that's not the natural pace of life. As I always mention, I must learn how to relax. But at the same time, Suchitra, I would again conclude by saying that we should not compare earlier generation and this generation because we were also there in that generation. If we believe in rebirth, now we have to accept this. This is it. This is it. Right now, I am in 2022. There is Google, there is WhatsApp, there is Facebook. How to deal with it is our challenge. And that is acceptance. Not to compare earlier generation to this generation also. Actually speaking, we are in much more comfort than earlier generation. So much of ease of living, just one button and food comes home. So much of ease of living has happened, but still sorrow has increased, frustration has increased. So let us not compare two generations, but there is a difference in tolerance and acceptance. There is a difference in compromise and acceptance. So I was just talking about that there is a program in Japan. I don't know whether I'd mentioned. This is there on YouTube. The program is called as Lessons from the Mountains, and this is there from Yamaguchi time. They used to train people, and there are only 2 words they are trained on for 8 days. That is, Manisha will remember and tell. These are Japanese word, Ojimoto something, Ajimoto or something. The first word what is taught to you is acceptance. Accept what is going to happen in next 8 days.
Sandhya will remember.
Ah.
Dr. Narayan had shared.
And the second word is thank you. So anything unpleasant, pleasant happens, say accept, I accept. The moment I accept, I experience freedom. So one of the parameter of how to know whether I'm accepting or tolerating nonsense or compromising is that the moment I accept from internally something, I see options, I experience freedom within, and I know exactly what is to be done. And the second thing, whenever any good thing happens, I say the second word in Japanese called as thank you. So these 2 are very, very powerful words of acceptance and gratefulness for a sadhak. For spiritual sadhak, these are 2 powerful words to practice: acceptance and gratefulness.
Thank you, Prasad.
Thank you for
Sandhya,
asking
you know
that
the
question.
words, right, Sandhya?
Arigato is thank you. The first one I don't remember. Gratefulness.
Acceptance is the first.
Acceptance. Second one is arigato.
Arigato and Ojimoto something.
Just a minute, I'll just.
So in one of the program, one of the Mahavakya there was, you have to say, this is it. This is it. This is life. This is the other person I have to deal with. Now, what are the options you think? This is a person I have to deal for whole life. How to deal is now my choice. That is acceptance.
But sir, most of the time we are tolerating and thinking that we are accepting, right?
So
there's a
tolerating means I don't want to spoil the relationships. I don't want to hurt people. But then there cannot be a win-loss situation. I have to say whatever I have to say in a nicer way and experience that freedom. If I want to say something, if I want to do something, if I want to take a decision, finally it boils down to one word called as I have to take a decision. Either it is saying something or doing something or leaving somebody or something or getting somebody or something or trying somewhere or going somewhere. So if I keep tolerating and then the frustration increases, which Gurudev calls is another word called as suppression. Desire is there, but then I'm trying to control senses and mind. So Gurudev writes there in the book that if I am having desire, then I have to deal more intelligently rather than trying to control the mind and senses. If I try to control the mind when there is a desire, it will lead to suppression. You have to do some other method to avoid suppression, because tolerance will lead to suppression and then there will be violence. So in one important point is in relationships, we must neither have violence or silence. Whenever there is a problem in a relationship, either there is violence or silence.
True.
Silence means suppression, violence means expression. In these
The first word is ukitamo.
Huh?
Ukitamo. That's the first one. And arigato.
And arigato.
Yeah.
On these 2 words, there is nothing in that program, only 2 words. Anything happens,
Ukitamo.
ukitamo, accept. And the teaching to given that master, you cannot argue with the master. If the master says sit down, ukitamo, sit down. Eat. This is the food, this is the food. Get up, go, get up and go. Actually, so much of freedom, once we accept.
Yeah.
Arjuna had to accept that he has to fight. There is no way out.
Yeah, but he had Krishna with him. No, we don't
I
even
know.
have Krishna with us.
But we don't have Arjun's problems also. That level,
Yeah, true that.
we have our own small problems. So Krishna
Yeah.
says, I will give some kind of, I will give another, book is enough for Gurudev or Guruji or,
Yeah.
that. Good. Anyone else? Anyone else?